So open on my screen now is a demo site that we created for a number of different reasons. This demo will give you an idea of the different features that we have available through ALK Maps by writing to our JavaScript APIs. So the capabilities I'm going to show you in this demo are examples of what can be accomplished by using our APIs. So again, ALK Maps is not an out-of-the-box product that will look like this demo. These are all just ideas on ways in which you can use our JavaScript APIs to create an application. When you have a license to ALK Maps, you will have access to this demo site where you could view our JavaScript files and see how our demo site has been implemented. So we've broken out this demo site into various categories based on the different functionality. So the first part of the demo shows you our basic map. And these are out-of-the-box map control features that we've built into the JavaScript API that you would have available to you. So by simply writing a few lines of code, you're able to generate a map within the browser with these built-in map control features. We have panning and zooming capability using your keyboard or mouse, or you could use the slide bar or the arrows or the hand. You can draw a box on the map. You can double click on the map to bring you in one zoom level. And you can always go back to the previous zoom level. You can also zoom to a set scale, which allows you to zoom programmatically as opposed to interactively. And if you've created some sort of mobile application, you can even do pinch zoom with touch devices. We have a feature that we call permalink, where you can add a link to the exact pan and zoom of the current view. So you can see the latitudes and longitudes added up here in the address bar. So you can see here that you can put a URL on the map. You can adjust the pan and zoom location through the URL, and customers can save a location, and it can be through the URL, not just the controls. We also have developer data, which is good information for programmers to use. So you can see you have the scale bar and values. We show the lat-long position of the mouse at all times. We show the corner and the center coordinates as well as the zoom. And then, of course, all of this data can be toggled on or off. We also have a menu that's available that is separate from the browser. And to show you an example of that, I can right-click on my mouse on the map, and we have this set to a zoom extent. This is completely customizable, and you can change this to anything that you want. And then finally, we have this locate me function. This is the ability to show your current location on the map. So if you've created some sort of mobile application, it can bring you into the current GPS location of that device. I'm on a laptop, so it's bringing me into the nearest IP address at our headquarters location here in Princeton, New Jersey. So to move on, this part of the demo is taking a look at our routing and reports. Again, at the core of the ALK maps is the PC Milo routing engine. And you can create routes between any number of locations, and you can display multiple routes on the same map at the same time. You can see here we're showing 3 different routes shown by the green, orange, and blue route lines on the map. And then at the bottom of the screen, we have the details of the trip showing the origin, the destination, your routing options, the distance, and the time. So let's take a look at one of the routes in more detail. We have a trip here going from South Bend to Indianapolis with a number of different waypoints in between. And remember, the route is drawn on the client side, so this allows us to drag the route as we need to. You can also move an origin or a destination, or of course you can move any of the various stops or waypoints, and the route recalculates. You can request a route using street level addresses or city state or postal codes. As I mentioned, ALK has a geocoding API where if you enter in an address or just city state or postal code, it will supply you with the latitude longitude coordinate back. So I'm going to put in Princeton, New Jersey, and we'll see this stop added to the map. And to reverse geocode is where you would send in the latitude longitude coordinate, and then we supply the nearest street address back. I'm just creating a route here by toggling on the map. And if I open up the stop list here, you can see all the stops listed out here, and I can drag and drop and change the order. We also have various routing options that are available to you, so you can run your route in practical or shortest, or maybe toll discouraged, or 53-foot, or hazmat routing, or you can change the dimensions of your vehicle. I'm going to run the route as is, but again, I toggled all over the map, so I've created that route, but now I want to go in and optimize that route so it puts it in the best order for time and distance. So you can see my stops were added down here, and this is my route the route that's optimized. You can also see we have a number of different reports available through ALK Maps. And if we look at the detailed route report, this is a route report that's similar to what you would look at in dispatch, which would include toll costs and toll plazas. The directions report is a turn-by-turn driving directions report, and more like what a driver would look at. We also have a mileage report and a state report. And the state report breaks out the mileage and the tolls for each of the particular states that you traveled through for that particular route. Okay, so to move on, this demo here shows you how you have a variety of client-side vector overlays. So here we're showing the state of Ohio and some quantitative data. Basically, any information with geographic coordinates can be plotted as a vector object. So attributes of the data can be used to change size, shape, or style of each element. And then vector shapes can be a point, a line string, regular polygon, irregular polygon. You can see here I'm creating some shapes directly on the map. Each vector object has a unique ID, which can be used to update locations or attributes programmatically. You can go ahead and edit the shapes once they're on the map, or you can add extra data onto the map. And the shapes can be scaled to size, so they maintain their shape and size when you zoom in and out. So the main point here is that you can add what you want beyond our geologistics and routing and build an application. ALK Maps features different map styles and feature overlays. You can turn any map layers or features on and off. So I'm going to check cities and roads, and you can see that they were removed from the map. So basically you can display as much or as little on the map that you want to see. And then we have a number of different map styles that you can choose from. We've been looking at our default map style, but we also have the road atlas. This is our contemporary. Here's our night map style. There's our lightness and our smooth. And to go back to our black and white map style. So if you were overlaying your own data onto the black and white map style, your data can potentially really stand out. And then finally, the last map style to show you is we do have satellite image available as well. So ALK Maps has a traffic and a weather overlay that you can choose to use. We have live traffic or historical traffic based on time of day and day of week. So on the map now, we're looking at the live traffic conditions in San Francisco. And the live traffic the data is good for routing around traffic bottlenecks or for planning purposes. You can also use the traffic feature in your routing to get more accurate estimated times of arrivals. And then you can also look at historical traffic. And you can toggle between any day of the week, any time of the day, and take a look at the traffic. And of course, you can always zoom in to get a better look at the traffic. I'm going to zoom out some so we can take a look at our weather overlay. So we have a precipitation, and we also have cloud coverage overlay that you can toggle on or off. So just zoomed into some bad weather here. So to move on, now we're going to talk about vehicle tracking. So with ALK Maps, you can track your vehicles in real time. And to demonstrate this, we've taken a live feed of vehicles and overlaid this onto our map. The Los Angeles Metro bus system publishes a feed of all of their buses in real time, and you can see the colored buses reference the different bus lines. And we have built hover over capabilities into the ALK Maps. So if I hover over one of the buses, it's going to tell me the bus number. You also have the capability to add pop-ups to your markers and then customize it with any type of web link, including text or images or video. Displayed here, where if I click on the bus, it's shown, the pop-up is telling me the bus number, the direction it's headed, when the information was last updated, and the latitude and longitude position of the vehicle. You can even go in and look at the bus schedule for a particular bus. We have also added cluster capability. So you may have a large number of vehicles in a small geographic area, and so clustering the vehicles will make it easier to see on the map. So if I hover over a cluster now, it's going to tell me how many buses are in that cluster. And if I click on that cluster, it's going to tell me all of the bus numbers included in that cluster. And then if we zoom in, it will break the clusters apart. With ALK maps, not only can you track your vehicles in real time, you can also take a look at the planned versus the actual route taken. So on the map, we're showing two different trips. The solid orange and the solid purple lines are the planned routes, and then the dotted lines are showing us the GPS tracks of the actual route taken. If I open the legends over here, you can see that this is showing us the speed that the vehicle was traveling. So if I hover over any one of the GPS pings, it's going to tell me how many GPS points are in that location. So let's take a look at one of the routes in more detail. So here's a route from Los Angeles to Anaheim, and the planned route is 34 miles and takes 40 minutes. The actual route taken was 38 miles and took 1 hour and 6 minutes. So if I go ahead and zoom in here to where the route was different, it looks like they probably hit traffic on 5, so they left the interstate to avoid it. If I zoom in a little closer here, take a look at the GPS pings, and here you can get the exact lat long of the vehicle, the speed, the direction that the vehicle is heading, and the date and the time. So basically, what this demo is showing you here is how you can compare your planned routes against the actual routes taken, and then you have the capability to do some in-depth analysis. One of our routing options is our least cost routing, which is demonstrated here on the map. So we have a route going from Princeton to Williamsport, Maryland. And with our least cost routing, what this does is it runs a route in all possible ways. So for this route, it ran it in practical with tolls, shortest with tolls, and shortest avoiding tolls. And in this case, the shortest with toll avoid is the least cost way in which to run this route if you have the extra time. So what we're doing is we're providing you with all the information for you to make an informed decision on what is the best route to take. So the last demo I have to show you today is referencing load assignments and how you can build the capability to drag and drop loads onto available trucks and then have the route recalculated. So the available loads are listed over here on the left, and then on the map, the loads are displayed as the red X icons, and the red flags are their destinations. And then the blue trucks are all of the available trucks. So if I hover over a load on the left, you can see by the dotted yellow line where the truck is and where it needs to go. So if I drag a load onto a truck, you can see the route from where the truck was, how it picked up the load, and how it made it to its destination. So I'm going to scroll a little bit more and so you can see. You can also assign another load to that same truck, and then the route recalculates. Or you can always assign a load to other vehicles. So I'm going to end here, and I hope this demonstration has shown you some of the capabilities that you can build into your application using ALK maps. And again, you can assign loads to trucks, you can track your vehicles in real time, you can analyze your planned routes against the actual routes taken, you can plot locations or plot points or vector objects on the map, you can overlay data onto the map, and you can use our PCMiler routing data on an interactive map. For those of you who would like a copy of the presentation, after the webinar, you will receive an email with a link to view the presentation. Please send us an email at sales@pcmiler.com if you have any questions. And thank you for joining me today.